city's choosing to spend approximately $5 million on this property behind us, Encore Video. City Manager Peterson tells us that private investors simply will not invest unless the city acts first. Question: why are residents and taxpayers the guinea pig on these matters? That's a question that many residents are asking us, many merchants are asking us. The DRC, using parking meter monies, plans to kick in approximately $1 million along on this purchase. Questions remain as to, after 20 years, if the parking meter has finally run out on the DRC. Is John Peterson the social engineering genius for downtown redevelopment the city's touted him to be? Or is this some sort of Frankenstein experiment for a private, public get-together that's going to be no more than any other government works project? The DRC is located right here in a building that's just oddly marked. The doors are always locked. Founded in 1998, the city spent an average of about $1.9 million a year for the last 20 years funding this organization with parking fees. Almost roughly, give or take, $40 million that this organization has received. John Peterson is the treasurer of this board. He's also our city manager. It's not private. The DRC is not a private institution. It's not a public institution. If it's been funded $40 million roughly, and the chamber's been given $500 million to market us, why are 113 vacant properties scattered across these enterprise zones, these opportunity zones that the mayor and Peterson have targeted for private-public partnerships? It's probably because, in the truest sense of the word, there is no private property in downtown Myrtle Beach. Private property is a myth. To explain that, we spoke with Tom DeWeese. Tom DeWeese is a well-known author who writes about municipalities and how small governments like the city of Myrtle Beach are taking away merchants' private property rights.
What you have is government hiding behind the independence of the private businesses, and the private businesses in return are getting all kinds of goodies. They get tax breaks, they get the ability to select where they want their business to be, where maybe no other business can. Planners and developers are sitting in the back rooms at City Hall, and they're carving up the community and deciding what they want to do with it. No matter that it's your property, but they're making that decision, and of course they use the eminent domain to go ahead and take it. So this is what they do with these public-private partnerships.
For our readers, would you just grab your book here, The Red Wing Copy?
Sure.
If you guys want to fight this, I know you guys heard this today from city government. Tom, where can they go to buy this book, Sustainable?
It's available on Amazon and Barnes & Noble, but you can also buy it directly from me at AmericanPolicy.org. It's our website, AmericanPolicy.org.
And this will help us learn how to deal with this encroaching city government?
Yes, this gives you the history. First of all, it opens up talking about the importance of private property. Private property ownership is the reason that the American system became so rich so quickly, so prosperous so quickly. And as they're destroying private property, we're watching our country get less and less prosperous as we go along. This is what makes it work.
The building behind me is Exhibit A in how the city of Myrtle Beach takes over a private business, shuts it down without using eminent domain. The building's called City Services. Anywhere from planning and zoning to signage to business permits to curfews. The city can actually put a curfew on properties, as they did in the Superblock, making it impossible for those businesses to operate. Once they acquire the properties, they can then lift their curfews for the buildings they want to put there. The same is true for downtown merchants. Currently, the city is banning a legal product sold on Ocean Boulevard. Once those merchants finally give up and move on, the city can then go and possess those buildings. All of this can be done without eminent domain. Anywhere from the policing, city services, construction services, signage. The city has multiple ways to wrest private property away from private property owners without using eminent domain. It's being done citywide in the city's takeover of downtown Myrtle Beach. Rumors are that Matthew Britton, a property manager, chief property manager, CEO of Britton Resort Hotels, has wanted to get out of this location, Myrtle Beach, for some time. The ideal is that the city would buy up as much commercial space as possible, bring in one primary investor, and then flip the entire downtown area to one primary investor, much like the way Broadway at the beach operates.